Another one.
Okay. I think we got it this time.
Take 3.
This is a morning podcast. What if we had a morning show?
Like a radio show or a television show?
So
They're
our
totally
morning
different.
show still a thing? Like we grew up on Bob and Tom, but
It's still out there, but
it sucks.
doesn't quite have the punch. I mean, everybody has audiobooks and podcasts now.
Everybody's listening to Close Enough on their commute.
That's exactly what's happening. I don't think it's as popular because you don't need a morning show. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's still some very diehard folks who don't.
If you're
have
going to
access.
be a morning, you got to stand out. It's got to be.
Yeah, I don't know of one in particular. I mean, every now and
Do
then.
you listen to the radio at all in your car?
I do. I mean, it's a 3.5 minute commute at most. So the hardest part for me is I drive to school with a 15-year-old.
Enough said.
It is so complicated. I used to love, like, it was so nice when they were little and you could take them to school and maybe they would listen to the little
Kid
kid music, or you would listen to the radio, or you could impose your music onto them.
That hasn't quite worked out, has it?
No, I don't want to listen to Taylor Swift every fucking morning. Every morning.
She was so angry.
It's or like some wild gangster rap. Not even gangster. I don't even know what kind of rap it is. I would not call it gangster rap. But my brain's not ready. And I like quiet time. There are many days that I get in my car and there is no sound.
Yeah.
And I won't realize it for miles and miles that there's a lot going on in my head. I won't realize there's like external sound. The 15-year-old does not comply with this. And so it's like a fight over the Bluetooth. And then I also get annoyed with that because it like kicks my phone off. So the next time I actually do want to be on, I know that's like such a first world problem.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't make it any
it's so
less.
annoying.
Yeah.
So you don't have to write like
I listen to Five Nights at Freddy's or
Oh yeah, we listen to that all the way to Moorhead.
yeah, it's but I don't mind that because then I have my own commute.
Yeah, I'm very jealous because I don't know if you realize it, but you get like what 25, 30 minutes a day of by yourself time, guaranteed. No,
It's
double
usually-
that, because to and from work. Like
It's my phone. To be honest, my phone usually by
Your
7:30. I'm usually on business by then.
yeah, I wouldn't
Somebody
answer.
needs something,
I wouldn't answer the phone.
and that's okay.
Sacred quiet time,
I don't need quiet time.
but
That's usually when I get my whatever the flavor of the day is. Like Mondays, like tomorrow, I know what podcast I'll listen to when I go in,
yeah,
and then I kind of figure out.
you're on your old man history kick.
Well, I've got a theme park podcast on Mondays and Tuesdays, our new ones. Okay. I listen to, if you guys are even interested, it's called That Tracks.
Oh my god!
And it's with one of the first YouTubers I ever watched, the Tim Tracker, and the theme park dad. So they talk about being dads and they talk about theme parks.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
I have fallen asleep to it often.
You've never heard it.
You made me listen to it one time on the way to Owensboro.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
On the way back from Owensboro.
Yes.
So, yeah. Like, I don't know. I really want to tighten up my morning routine. I tell you, so shout out to our boy Matt Chandler, new head coach of the Hazard. I think they're the Bulldogs.
Yep.
But I see him getting those kids up like 6:30 in the morning.
Like they're already at a facility.
It starts at 6:30. Yeah, so lifting weights.
I love
And then I saw
morning
like
workout
he had like
time.
sausage biscuits. I was like, man, I can lift some weights for sausage biscuits after.
I do like.
That's all you had to do to entice me back in the day.
I love a morning workout. My struggle is you never know what Harlan's going to do. And I'm also struggling with my middle of the night wake up time. I got to get that under control. Like 3:00 a.m. I'm ready to like conquer the world. Like it's like, here we are.
And just get up and go at 3.
No.
What? I mean,
No. I'm waking up from a anxiety ridden hot flash. It's not like so my brain thinks like, let's go. My body's like, shh, go back to bed. It's awful. It's horrible. So I'm good. Like if I can get like 6 complete hours, I'm great of sleep. I'm really trying to shoot for 7 and 8 hours of sleep. I don't know how people do it. And work out in the morning and have kids and not have menopausal hot flashes.
That's what happens when you get older.
So what does your morning routine look like? What does that mean to you? When you say I tighten up my morning routine, because
I used to be to get up at 4:00 in the morning and go to the gym and then come home and get ready. And
now your routine is like, what time is it?
No,
not a single alarm to be had. If I was not awake, you don't
need an alarm in this house.
If I was not awake, I have many times just thought, I want to screw them. See what happens. See what happens. I just want someone to learn their lesson.
I do have a daily alarm set. Thank you.
But it does nary a thing for you. The birds, nothing. Are doing nothing.
Well, you didn't like the one before that.
Okay, it was screaming. It's
you can't have it. You can't have it both ways.
Oh, I can't.
You want one that wakes me up, or you want one that like keeps me nice and cozy?
Why don't you find something else that wakes you up? Like, are you wanting to do something other than work out? Are you wanting to do something else in the morning?
Maybe some journaling or meal prep, something. Read. I don't know.
Maybe establish what you want to accomplish. Like, do you have a routine once you get to your office?
Yes, but usually that goes out the window because everything's so reactive once I get there.
Yeah, same.
Like I have what I want planned to do, but the day dictates on what I do.
Yeah.
And here, it's been so crazy. But really the last 2 years, but in the last probably 6-8 months, it's just been like I sent my boss a thing from Instagram last night because he's kind of in the same boat. But I said, the career development is the first stage is I want to be important. I want to be important enough to go to the meetings. Then it's like I feel so important because I'm in these meetings. Then it's like I will do anything legal and illegal to get out of these meetings. Yep. That's where I'm at.
Seen those.
Yeah.
Then somebody's like, you're leading the meetings, and you're like,
well, I'm not to that point yet. I am way more involved than I probably should be, but I don't know.
Just let them figure that out.
Yeah.
It's not for you to decide.
I just go with the flow.
Yeah.
People are like, what are you doing? I was like, who's to say?
Just show up.
I'm just here.
Just be present.
Y'all invited me, so now I'm here. But we last night we got to watch. We dug into true crime a little bit last night, which I'm not a huge true crime. Some people, which that genre of like podcast and shows, crazy popular.
I like it in a solid dose, and I'm done. Like I will not fixate on it.
Yeah, but there are people.
Oh yeah.
That fixate on it, and so we watched.
Like something is so popular that you can create a lesson unit on it. Like I help teachers create a lesson unit on why true crime is so popular, basically, and is it ethical to make money off of some people's misfortunes. So
that is a good question.
It is. So things have reached a level of popularity when you can like pull it back into the classroom.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's so. For instance, we watched 2 last night. Well, I watched 2. Abby watched 1.5.
1.5.
But what really sticks? You remember what was the one? Don't F with cats.
Yes.
So we watched one last night. I think it's called His Name Was Mostly Harmless.
Yes.
Or Who Is Mostly Harmless, something like that.
His Name Is Mostly Harmless.
Yeah. and it goes into the world of online sleuths.
Yes.
Where I think the Don't Fuck with Cats one had a more positive spin on that. Like, it was more effective. This
is dramatic.
This is like people fighting over who cared the most, and death threats, and you should go kill yourself. And I'm like, what?
So essentially somebody goes missing in a particular community, the hiker community, which Gary's like, wait, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's a thing.
Trail angels.
Trail angels.
Is that like lot lizards? Who's to say? If you're a hiker, just don't call me out on that. I'm just trying to draw the comparison.
That sweet little old man was a trail angel. They leave they bring water or food. Of course, Gary's mind went completely corrupt on that.
It's a messed up world out there.
Now they are not. Now the trail angels are not
the hardcore hikers.
Not necessarily.
Not the ones. Not the ones they show.
Not necessarily. Right. No. I think they can be. I think it could be hiker and. But then, so that has its own online community, and then there's this other group of people who just, for whatever reason, fancy themselves, and I don't know how it gets started.
So.
How they get to be these online
one of
detectives.
The main sleuths, her credibility was shot when she went back to her hotel room that was where she lived at.
Yes.
And I'm like,
yes. I was like, ma'am. Oh, she was an online delivery, or no. She was a delivery person by day. And
dry cleaning delivery.
Yeah. And then she was like, online sleuth by night. I find missing persons.
And it was right then I knew there was a hint of crazy.
So I guess there's just like a set of like community standards and rules, and they fight over.
And if you want to watch this show, it was a 4 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. I fell asleep.
The end of, it's boring. It's whatever. So I'm going to spoil it for you right now.
Oh, don't wait. So
yeah, spoiler alert. Fast forward, whatever. But I'm going to spoil because the twist was the best part of it.
What do you mean?
The twist at the end. So you get these groups looking for this mostly harmless, because it's like again, very parallel to truckers. They got their own handle. Mm-hmm. You know, they got their own nickname. They don't go by their
people on the trail.
They don't go by their
government.
Names. Yeah. And this guy's name was mostly harmless. Also denim, because he started wearing jeans, which is apparently a no-no. So anyway, this guy dies. They find him. He's emaciated, 83 pounds.
That's how the show starts.
Yeah, and there's food and money around him, so nobody really. It's all a big mystery. Like, did somebody murder him? But there's no foul play. Turns out. So they go through all this extensive search to find out this dude's a piece of shit. Like, it's this anti-combat. They're like, hey, I know that guy. He's a piece of shit. Like, he
so
beats women.
Weird.
And you're like, oh shit.
But like, in my head, I thought it was going to be like
reuniting with a family. Like, oh,
no, and I don't even know. Like, when I just first saw it, I thought like this was like a mystery of like some crazy murderer on a trail. No, we were just looking we were just trying to find somebody's identity the whole time.
Yeah, everybody, and then everybody's kind of like, wow,
well,
what about that? You know, like his family didn't want to talk to him about it. They're like, nah. I'm
more interested in the 68-year-old woman who wanted to hike half the Appalachian Trail. Give me her documentary.
Yeah, Magpie.
Like, yeah.
Magpie.
Like, how you do that, sis? Tell me more. But
yeah. So it was.
That one was good. The other one was the
American Nightmare.
Kind of in tune with, it's the true story of what was essentially labeled the real Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Turns out.
Even though Gone Girl came out before that.
Yes. Yeah. It was interesting.
Yeah. That was 3 hours, so you guys go watch that.
It's in parts.
It's got some twists and turns to it as well. But for the most part, I would rather watch a documentary. Like, if I'm watching true crime, I'm like, my favorite ever is Cocaine Cowboys. Like that genre, I've seen all of them.
So you don't want just a isolated small, like you want a large historical.
I like the cultural part of it,
Yeah.
like what drives this one crime. You know, I just listened to
I think there is a place for the like much more quality documentaries and stuff, but just like anything else right now, like you can pump out a really quick true crime.
Yeah.
Like you can turn that into
well, I mean, yeah, there's daily podcasts that are like 30 minutes long of true crime.
of anything.
Maybe
you know?
we become a true crime podcast.
I text Charlie last night and
See
I
if
told
she'd
her,
be-
I was like, hey, throwing out this idea, true crime documentarian.
And I don't see it so much anymore, but do you remember when there would be like, I remember two girls for sure that I would see pop up on Facebook that would do true crime as they did their makeup.
Yeah. I've not seen
I've
that
not
as
seen
long.
them in forever.
That whole get ready with me thing is a whole
Yeah.
other, like it's a genre of video
Yeah.
and it could be anything, storytelling, but I've not seen that.
What about my hair?
What?
I just feel my hair. Yeah, you guys can't see me, but my hair is probably the longest it's ever been.
It's giving
And it's
Jimmy Neutron, but like also,
got some curl to it.
yeah, the professor from Back to the Future. Doc.
Really?
It's a little wild.
Well,
A little wild on the top.
Well, his is all white, so
Yeah, you're not white yet. It's a nod
a nod to
to wild.
Doc
It's-
Brown.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do with it.
I don't know.
Are you gonna cut it?
Yeah, I mean, so I let it. Abby's been wanting me to keep it longer,
I just think at
and
a
then
certain
out of
age,
nowhere, I get this.
we don't need to go in for a high and tight.
I've not been having a high and tight.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
not too short.
But so I went on a trip in December and I got my hair cut before I went there and I didn't really pay any attention. But then I saw a picture of me and I had this dime sized bald spot like right on the side of my head. I'm like, So now I've let my hair, like I've got the comb over going on.
Oh, so you've got some incentive to growing it out. It's not just Abby likes it. It's Gary's
yeah.
dealing with some balding, aging insecurity. Tell me more.
It's not like male pattern baldness. It's like one bald spot. I don't know if it came from like a, like a sore or a pimple or something. I don't know. And I
No,
don't
that's
know.
not
and
how they work.
I don't know if it's still there. I won't know until I cut my hair. So
You can, in fact, look in a mirror. They exist. What do
what kind of vain person looks at themselves in the mirror?
you mean? You don't know.
You think I am?
People who shower regularly, but who's to say?
Do they have mirrors in their shower?
You get
if you
out
shower
of
and you
the
get out,
shower and
the mirror should be fogged up. Okay. Put that on your true crime list. The mystery of the unfogged mirror.
You are freaking hopeless
I am hilarious.
and hopeless.
Oh, listen, it's a wild time out there right now. Spies, yeah, cyber attacks.
Yeah, our AT&T. We got sauced. There's sauce on our phone.
So I got up and I've got Harlan and I'm driving and I plug my phone in and I don't think nothing of it. But then I go to listen to something. I'm like, wait, it says no internet connection. And I thought, did I hit a button? Like, did I accidentally hit like airplane mode or
Airplane
something?
mode, yeah.
So I go through everything, nothing. And so I'm like,
While he's barreling down the interstate at 80 miles an hour.
that's, yeah.
You tried.
So I'm like, like it's not even showing any bars, so whatever. So I get to the office where I get Wi-Fi and I can start texting and stuff. And the crazy part is I was out, but Abby and Charlie were both working. Mm-hmm. So they must have really been hacking into me.
In general, I thought it was going to be interesting because I thought, what's going to happen when kids don't have their connection?
Yeah.
At school, most of them had it. It was the teachers. It was a targeted attack. But
I've loved, and listen, I'm no conspiracy theorist. We know some,
yeah,
Adam. It's okay. Like,
it's not a conspiracy if it's true, right, Dirty?
but I'm listening to things about solar flares or as an organized.
Okay, so the solar flare thing has been like on the radar, on the peripheral for a while. That we're just all gonna get
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
I don't even know what a solar flare means. It means the sun's like,
But apparently,
surprise. Shoots out a ray like it's like, what are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know what that means. But allegedly it can knock something out and we're just going to be without technology.
So imagine right now we get this podcast out and then boom.
You can't listen to it.
The grid is destroyed. It's the first thing you do.
I have clearly, as a family, we're extremely underprepared to be without Wi-Fi and other technology. Like we have no, like I still have to sometimes Google how to cook rice in the Instant Pot because I can't quite remember how many minutes. I can't remember. I need to probably start writing stuff down, maybe.
And you want to talk one way to break your kids of being picky eaters.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can't grow goldfish in the backyard.
But listen, guaranteed, just the minute I know something, I'm looting the shit out of Kroger.
Kroger? I think you gotta go. You gotta get more creative because everybody's gonna loot Kroger.
I'm just saying I'm gonna be one of the first.
Oh, okay.
Because I know the inside of Kroger so well, I can I'm down.
Okay.
Also, side note, Abby and I went out Friday night, had a little date.
I've had several little dinner dates this week.
Mm-hmm. Getting the spark back. You know what I mean?
My sleepy just feeds me tacos. I'm fine.
So we go to Kroger to go grocery shopping, and Abby.
Okay, so Gary's like, "What do you want to do?" And I'm like,
"You're derailing my story here."
Okay, sorry.
So, but before that morning, I had promised Harlan. Harlan had a rough week about wanting to go to school.
It's been bad,
and I've bribed and promised, and he doesn't forget. So I promised him. We've been watching Minions, and there's a scene, or The Rise of Gru, a scene where he grew cheese rays everybody. So he wants
kind of like a solar flare, but with cheese.
Yeah. So I pick him up. I was like, "Where are we going?" He's like, "Kroger, get some easy cheese." So we go to get easy cheese, and I pick up.
But that is not the only thing you can buy when you're with Harlan in a grocery store.
So
he's a solid $10 to $15 extra every time. I can
tell you exactly how much it was. $18.20.
And you went in for
easy cheese.
Easy cheese. It's horrible.
So Abby and I go a couple hours later. We spend $18.30.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
We needed some snacks.
I'm like, wow, like I know.
You know what the...
And that's like four things. You know, I don't want to be that old grumpy man, like the price of groceries is, but son of a bitch.
It's wild. I'm really over it. I get really irate about it.
We're going to have to start growing them goldfish.
I can make my own. It will never last.
But the lack of technology really exposes, because a lot of what I do kind of translates and correlates with the trucking industry. And
you should be like on top of this.
So no, I'm watching how it screwed them over.
Should be like, uh-oh.
Yeah, they're like, how do they know where they're going?
That's the thing, is apparently like what's the show that came out? Because people were referencing it on Friday, and I've, of course, not seen it. Something about not Left Behind. It's End of the World-ish.
It's the end of the world.
Clearly, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Like, the grid goes down, and, like, you can't do anything. You can't fly.
Full House.
That's it. That was it. The Brady Bunch. You can't fly. You can't travel. Like, we're screwed.
I accept it. Just...
I'm just really pissed.
Repent on your deathbed.
If the apocalypse does come, and I've said this before, but it's just not fair if we get left with a teenager and an autistic kid during the apocalypse.
They'll go first.
It's just a lot to ask two people who have no patience to deal with. Well, two people, one with patience, one without, to deal with.
We'll work on your patience.
It's like
we'll get you up there.
A major anxiety disorder.
You know, The Walking Dead's still going.
I just saw. Wild that you say that, because I just saw like an ad on TikTok for it. And I was like, it was Michonne. I was like,
her and Rick reunite.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Really?
Allegedly. Just
wait,
based
did
on
they marry?
I don't know if they get
I don't
married.
know. They are a relation. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe they do. I don't know. They're together when he gets lost.
Lost?
When he gets taken in the helicopter. Have you even got to that part?
Hell
That's
no.
about where I stopped watching.
Hell no.
I was reading because it was the hottest of hot shit forever.
We made a deal Sunday nights.
That was really the last thing we ever scheduled to watch.
Yeah, agreed. Like, I would be home, make sure I'd be home. We'd have some little meal on.
Mm-hmm. And we'd watch the Walking Dead. But, so you go through, and it's, people die every episode. People, it's kind of like not as abrupt as Game of Thrones, but it's, characters that you nobody's safe basically in the show.
Well, but they're usually saved. They save those for like season finales and stuff. And season finales.
But there was a study because the ratings just plummeted. Right around the introduction of Negan, who's my favorite bad guy ever. Like, he is my favorite bad guy ever. But what they found was the viewers, there was no hope. Like, you always had hope. Like, they would be able to do. There was just no hope.
Right.
Like, everybody's screwed. And it turns out, if you watch it long enough, Negan becomes not a good guy, but not as bad as you think he is.
I think it's hard to input such hopeless material into your brain when you're trying to escape, when things seem pretty hopeless on the outside.
When it's already hopeless anyway, yeah.
Like, oh, well, I feel like that's just the pattern of things now. Let me take
this baseball bat
it's
right
just
to Abraham's face.
Okay, that's a lot. I wasn't necessarily going to get graphic with it. I'm just saying,
that
like, I don't think that people were necessarily. I don't think it's the graphic nature of it. It was just the like, the spiritual concept of like, how do we?
And it was also very graphic.
No, well, it had always been, but yeah. So we're not ready for.
I feel like we've gotten away from the zombie genre. Like, that's not really a thing anymore. It was pretty hot there for a minute.
So we've gone through like vampires, zombies. What's the genre now? I don't even know.
I just feel
just normal people who are.
I feel nobody cares about movies or shows anymore, really.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, so looking at the new movies coming out, right? There is
musicals.
Wicked.
Mm-hmm. That's.
But
I don't know if they don't care or Gary doesn't know about it. Therefore, if it's not in his realm,
let's talk about what's in my realm. Ghostbusters.
If it's not in Gary's realm of expertise, he's not. It doesn't matter.
Everybody should be that way.
Wait, Ghostbusters is coming back out. How many times can we redo that shit?
Oh no, it's like a continuation. It's not a reboot. It's in the Afterlife series. You didn't watch the? Listen,
no.
We were talking about this the other day at work.
Sorry, it will not get any better than the original. I liked the redo with the females. Loved it. It was entertaining. I laughed and enjoyed it. But it just not a genre for me. I don't need Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So the new ones with Paul Rudd, who's awesome in everything he does. Like, can you think of a bad Paul Rudd movie?
Wait. Ask me if I can think of a Paul Rudd movie and give you the name of it. Because 100% right now, I don't know who I'm envisioning. Brown hair. Give me I don't know. I don't know names of things. Give me a clue.
He's in Knocked Up. He's the husband in Knocked Up. This is 40. He's the husband in This is 40.
Okay.
He's Ant-Man.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
I can see him now.
He's good in Anchorman. He's very funny.
Okay.
But that's the only movie that I've really seen that
I've got nothing.
No movies on the horizon.
No. I kind of wanted to see Wonka.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
But how you going to make Hugh Grant the Oompa Loompa?
Why would you not?
Because he's a full-size man. At least shoot for Peter Dinklage.
Hang on, wait a minute. You have you're having problem with an Oompa Loompa, but you're like Ghostbusters is a bop.
When a throwback to the original Willy Wonka, They used little people for all those roles.
We have technology now.
I know, but we still have little people too.
You've not seen the Johnny Depp Oompa Loompas. That was all done with like, I'm going to say CGI. Don't really know what that means, but we're going to pretend like that's what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought, like, I'm a big Peter Dinklage fan. You do know who he is, Abby. He's an angry elf.
Oh, okay.
He's the... Abby won't watch Game of Thrones with me. She doesn't want to get too invested.
I don't have time. There's so much to do. So many TikToks to watch.
But he's...
I've been reading. I'm in my reading era.
I fell asleep yesterday, but I wake up to a text. I guess Abby was sitting outside. She said, I have 15 minutes left in my book.
Stupid ass book.
Are you reading it or are you...
That one I was listening to. I do a blend. I have two-ish going on at the same time. One on
How do you
audio.
keep them straight?
They're wildly different usually. I do one nonfiction, one fiction. Usually. I've not had a good nonfiction lately. I think the last nonfiction I had was David Grohl's autobiography. Demon Copperhead came off a little nonfiction-y for me, but it's not. It was obviously fiction, but foster care drug epidemic in Appalachia.
It was like Shameless,
Could
but
be true.
but
Yeah,
here.
right. So I need a good nonfiction read. I think I'll have to and the issue is I'm completely reliant on the library for everything. So like if it's not there, then like I'm not buying a book. Like it's so much money for something you
Consume once, maybe twice if it's good.
right.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So I struggle with that.
I'm not in my reading era right now.
You said you want to.
I
even
but I'm
put
not
your
in it.
book neatly stacked
I saw
beside
that,
your
yeah, I
desk.
appreciate that.
Beside your bed.
The book is Atomic Habits, about habits.
Maybe you should crack it open. If anything,
Just a little glimpse into it. I don't know. It's I mean, when I am in my reading zone, I like to do it. I like to follow that routine.
what's the last book you read?
Cover to cover.
Mm-hmm. Probably while you're doing 75 Hard.
Yeah. I read 4 books during that. The Tim Grover book about, I can't remember what it's called. It's a little hardcore for me.
Too hardcore?
I mean, he's just, I don't know, it's very preachy about things. And it was like one of those things where he was very, like...
Gary can be preachy. He doesn't want to be preached to him.
Fair. But it was one of those where he's imparting his wisdom, but it's like bragging too.
Oh.
And you're like,
Humble brag, yeah.
Like name dropping every chapter. When I worked with Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade, and you're like,
Good for you.
We got your credentials before we read the book, all right?
Yeah.
But
I'm not even like remotely attracted to like reading anything like that. So
I mean, it was interesting. The biggest book I ever read was Tribe of Mentors.
But it's not necessarily like a prose piece. It's written in like small.
Yeah, it's
little.
I don't know, 50 or 60 influential people, and it's like 2 or 3 pages for each person.
Like a vignette for every person.
Yeah, Tim Ferriss sent out like a questionnaire
Yeah.
to all these people to see if they would respond, and he just basically just condensed all their responses into a book. But it was cool.
It's a good like pick up, put down. You wouldn't read it straight through.
I did read it straight through.
That would bore me.
Yeah. Because a lot of it was very...
And it wouldn't, like my brain wouldn't...
What I found though is the highly successful people, there's a theme to all of it. Like there's a recipe for all that.
Which is?
Like they love to fail.
Yep.
Like they learned from their failures. They didn't listen to like people that told them, no, you shouldn't do that. They took a risk.
Yep. But yet...
Well, that's why I'm going to start my own bakery. My true passion.
Is it?
No, but I wish I'd like to bake more.
Well, put that in the morning routine.
On my vision board.
The morning
What would you do if
routine.
you woke up to like some muffins or some,
Be like, what? I would be like, what does my kitchen look like? Is what I would do. Be like, well, how many 70 pans did you use to make 6 muffins?
All of them.
It's a true fact. Gary's like, I love cooking for you. And I'm like, I love that for us too.
Hey,
because we have
if you want to make an omelet, you got to break a couple eggs. You know what I'm saying?
a couple eggs, use 3 pans, leave 7 things out. It's fine.
You never want to see how the sausage is made. Don't worry about it.
Is that
Don't worry about it.
Is that innuendo? What are you doing? Why are you looking at me like that? Speaking of seeing how food is made, where's the one place you can go and watch your food being made other than like those hibachi places?
Subway.
Okay, where else? Can you look over the counter and see your food being made? We just ate there.
I don't know.
Waffle House.
Oh, guys, this the disappointment in my wife's eyes when
Gary was like, let's go to Waffle House. I'm like, let's go to Waffle House. I am actually hungry. Like, I want to eat.
And I get when I suggested, I get a text back, all caps with exclamation point, steak and eggs.
It's your favorite meal. It's my go-to. It's my favorite meal. That's it. It's it. Like greasy steak, eggs, fried, sunny side up, crispy on the outside, you know? Now, I don't know the last time. I think the last time we ate in Waffle, I can't tell you. I cannot remember. Maybe when Harlan was...
This was the first time I'd ate there sober in many, many times.
Yep. So there's that. During the day, they're like, let's pull the shade down. I'm like, I've never had that problem in Waffle House. I would have gone for a pork chop too.
Didn't have that either.
Sure didn't. Not, like there's like 4 things you can choose from, and it's all pre-made. Like, and I don't. Spoiler: I don't like waffles. Like I don't. Dislike waffles. I will eat a waffle. I don't dislike them. I just don't want that. I want the protein. I want steak and eggs. Like that's with. I'll eat a hash brown, crispy little hash brown.
Smothered, covered in chunk, baby.
I don't need all that. So we get there and I get the menu. I flip the front. I flip to the back. You know what it looks like. There was nothing on there that indicated there was such thing as steak and eggs.
Because there was no steak.
There was none. Nothing like it. No pork chop. I did, and so she was like, "Are you ready?" And you know, clearly, if you only have like 4 to 5 things to choose from, I should be like, "Yeah, sure." No, I was stunned. And Gary like just wants a singular waffle and toast. He's in his carbohydrate era over here, and I didn't know what to do. I was stunned. So I got some stupid bowl that, looking back, maybe if I had gravy to it, it would have mixed it, made it better. But I ate it. But I am just, is this nationwide? Why did no one tell me? And
you didn't get the memo.
And Waffle House, you are lucky that you had rational, sober, 5 p.m. Abby coming in.
Yeah, I can imagine a drunk
irrational Abby. 2 a.m. inebriated me would have been like,
you better run over Applebee's and get me a steak.
And had I been hangry, it would have been awful. I don't know. I mean, good thing they're prepared to fight there, because I just need to know, like, when did that happen?
Waffle House 5 p.m. is weird.
I'm not against it.
It's pretty empty, you know. I don't know.
I just feel like
I just don't. So they add 20% to go orders. Wow. 20%.
It's not worth 20%, especially if you're not getting steak and eggs.
Yeah.
I'll go make my own steak and eggs. Okay, thank you. Just really wanted some steak and eggs.
Yeah.
That was a staple meal for me growing up. That's right up there with like cornbread and soup beans and greens and stuff.
I'm not a fan of greens.
I'm sorry, your life sucks and sad.
You put vinegar on them?
Yep. I didn't learn that until college. I didn't know you could do that. Like I just ate greens. Like we didn't
just out of the can.
No, my mom cooked them. I don't know how the hell she cooked them.
They came out of the can.
Probs.
Yeah. collard
We ate
greens.
from a garden though a lot. My great grandfather and my grandfather had huge gardens. Like
Yeah.
looking back, I could probably go back and be like, "Oh, that wasn't that big." But in my like you could get lost in the row of corn.
Yeah.
Big ass gardens. And we would go there regularly in the summer and fall and get food. So distinct memories of that. So I don't know if greens came from that, but I know that we ate food from the garden often.
Yeah. I went to Fazoli's. And these are like little differences in my life that, like forever, for my whole adult life, the only thing I would get at Fazoli's was the ultimate sampler, which could probably feed 4 people.
You are a sampler guy, though.
Yeah.
That is, if you go take Gary anywhere,
Yeah, I'll get a little bit of everything.
he always gets a sampler. That's his favorite, like, go-to order.
But I knew I couldn't eat all of it, right? So I got just like the common lunch special and couldn't eat all of that. But it's weird because I'm still navigating on. There's things I can eat tons of that don't bother me. Then there's things that I can only have a few bites of that mess me up.
Yeah.
And
Is there anything you miss?
like I've not been to BD's. Probably won't go there just
I
because
ate
it's a
there
waste.
the other day.
Yeah. Like there's some feastable places that I just would stay away from that, you know, not for any reason other than it'd be a waste of money,
Yeah.
you know. But
Well, we talked about how, like, going to Mexican, we have very specific orders that we get now.
yeah, and we always get to go.
Yeah.
Like we always have. We don't eat it all when we go.
Yeah. It could have been easy to eat.
I'm like, people live like this.
I know. To eat, like, the entire basket of chips.
Or two. Yeah.
And then our meal.
One of the big things is if you've ever dined out with me, I could drink 20 drinks. You know, like
Multiple times we've been places and people leave a pitcher on the table.
Yeah.
Because they're just sick of his shit and they don't want to keep coming back.
Now, I don't even finish one drink.
Yeah. Which I really wish you would just get water because it'd be cheaper. I mean, we spend money on a Mountain Dew that you don't drink.
That's true. But it tastes good in the few sips I get.
I mean, you can sacrifice.
Like I'm almost 2 years. This will be 2 years since my surgery, and I'm like,
What do you mean? What's that?
Like I'm still like learning and figuring out.
Yeah. I think that's good.
Yeah. But I've gained weight for the first time, and I'm blaming it on the creatine I take every day. But
Oh, yeah. Probably that. It's not the Little Debbie's.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The snacks.
Big Deborah.
If Gary and I were to do Kroger, so we're going to do Kroger orders separate from now on. I'm tired of dealing with him.
Am I that difficult?
Yeah, you are. You're very.
I'm judgy.
You see the world from your perspective, and that's the only perspective there is.
It's the only world I know.
So living in this house, only one of the 4 people can and will eat like a variety of foods, but it's also a waste of time for that one person to like make meals or make food because nobody else eats anything at all. Zero flavor, zero fun. It's all just snacks and very plain Jane foods. And I don't like that. Like, I want to eat balanced meals. I, however, am eating less myself, and I can't always predict what that looks like when I can eat, when I cannot eat. So it's just frustrating. So we're going to start shopping separately. I will do my Kroger shopping for meal prepping, and Gary can buy
everybody else food. And
by food, he has bought chips, zingers.
They're on sale. Harlan needs a little something for lunch.
Harlan just eats, no, don't send that stuff. Cheez-Its and nuggets.
And pizza.
Pizza.
And macaroni and cheese.
He has started eating mac and cheese, which I don't think agrees with his stomach.
I don't think he does either. I don't know. He's got to be lactose intolerant, but he doesn't have an official diagnosis.
Powers through though.
One thing that I learned through Harlan is that I'm not adverse to ramen noodles, which I never had in my life ever.
I had not either. I had never had them. Charlie, I don't know how Charlie got on them, but she started eating them, and I got sick. And like that was the only like brothy thing we had, and I was like, "Damn, ramen noodles slap."
Well, I had to make them for Harlan because he was on this. He goes through such intense stages, right?
Like when you say hyperfixation, and I know it's like a buzzword right now, like with ADHD and stuff like that, but Harlan has very strong hyperfixations that when we're in it, when he is in it, we are all in it.
So we're in a Gru stage right now from the Minions, where
Like
he has to dress black.
Dressing black.
We call him Mini Boss.
Mini Boss. Like yesterday, he took his clothes off for a shower, and he put them back down on the bed. He was like, "I want to put this back on," and I was like, "That's A, very cognizant of you. B, why?" And he was like, "I want to wear black," and I was like, "Oh." Yeah, well, those clothes are filthy. I'll go get you some, like, we happen to have other pants that are black and a shirt that's black. Well, I'll get you clean black clothes. So, yeah. So he watched this very short clip. It's like a little short film of a brother, sister.
Yeah, making noodles. But it was almost like a how-to. This is how you make noodles.
Yeah.
And so
traditionally,
he was sick one day, and he just brings me a bowl and the ramen noodles, and was like, "Let's make noodles." So I let him make them. I was like, "You gonna eat these?" He's like, "Nah."
No, nope, sure wouldn't. He just wants to.
Just wanted to make them.
He did that with me, and we just pretended. I did not go all the way.
I couldn't. I held off as long as I could, and we had to make them.
Ramen is good. I don't know why. I think my brother ate ramen, but I never did. I was under the impression they were unhealthy.
I just think they're really high in sodium. I mean, they're not.
I think that's my mom was really like weird about sodium and stuff. Like we never salted our food and stuff. I don't know what that was about. So we never ate ramen. I mean, for all the other cheap processed foods and stuff that we ate,
same.
We never.
I mean, I had Campbell's chicken noodle soup, which
which also
it's kind of the same.
Gosh, I love chicken. I did not realize how much sodium was in soup and stuff until you like track it in your MyFitnessPal, and it's like, you have exceeded your sodium limit for the next 3 months. Too much sodium.
Listen, everything's bad for you.
Truth. It's such a weird, like, trying to wrap my head around, like, it is a full-time job. Number one, like, women now, like, this whole, like, get your protein in. This is the thing, right? Like, we should all be, like, it's, you know.
Basic building block of humanity is protein.
It's one of your macros, get your protein in. It is a full-time job trying to get your protein in. Like, just thinking about that. Just preparing food and getting, because if you're going to do protein normally in its best form is like, you know, a prepared.
Yeah. A meat, an egg.
A whole food. Shit. Like, I could just spend my whole day doing that. Then they're like, "Oh, well, fiber. Don't forget your fiber, ladies." And you're like, "Shit, I can't do that."
Metamucil.
I swear to God, I think I am. I'm not kidding. Yes. So it's a part of the medicine law, and you have to, because, like, I don't know. It's just weird. But anyway, like, that is a full-time damn job. And I'm like,
So I did the TDD calculator.
The what?
That's like total daily expenditure, whatever. Oh. Total daily energy expenditure.
Okay.
So it tells you, like, this is how many calories you need to lose weight, gain weight, stay the same weight, all that stuff. And then it had like a macro breakdown of what you should. So I did that, and it said, you know, that I needed 270 grams of protein a day. And I'm like,
ain't no way.
Come on now. Eat 9 chicken breasts and 4 protein shakes.
Right, that's basically what you have to do is just eat 37 chicken breasts at all times.
And there are people that, like, I've watched people that regularly take that in, but it's
Where are they storing it? Like, I don't have any storage for all of
so
this.
then I found some hacks. Like I used to do this. You can get 100 grams of protein out of like a tub of Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
And so what I would do is take the Greek yogurt and put like plain Greek yogurt. I would put
Wait,
Kool-Aid in it.
timeout. Out of a tub,
Yeah.
be more specific about your ounces. I think you and I are.
Like you can get not the little ones, but like
Oh,
you
okay,
can
okay.
get like
I was like, yeah, those are only about 15 grams of protein.
yeah, but you get the big tub of it.
Yeah.
And it's like 100 grams.
Yeah, I hated that for you when you did that. That was disgusting.
It tasted fine. It tastes like Kool-Aid,
It's not good.
but it was just I don't know,
Kool-Aid packets and
plain Greek yogurt.
yeah, that was I would just eat a flavored Greek yogurt like vanilla or strawberry.
Yeah, it was cheaper that way.
But it's the same price. You're not adding anything. You're making extra steps.
I don't think so.
Oh,
You get like a tub of that for like $1.50.
Gary's World. We're just living.
Gary math.
Gary math. Girl math is a thing, and I have been doing it for a while. And it's just like somebody said it out
Why do we have
loud.
these labels? Girl dinner, girl math.
Right. I've been doing this for a while, and just somebody had to label it. But
Just shows that not everything is unique, right?
yeah, I think that I see that comment a lot on things. Like, wait, is there like today, as of right now, this meme has been passed around a gazillion times of how are you doing if you were like firstborn, labeled gifted and talented,
But you weren't really. They just didn't know what to do with you.
perfectionist kid? How are you doing today? Bonus if you're the oldest daughter on your spiritual journey. Like basically we're all like burnt out, like the gifted and talented kids of the 80s and 90s. We labeled them that, didn't really know what to do with them. Threw them in a couple classes, and then like we're all like anxious over thinking messes now. And so like everybody's like, I'm like, shit, not all of us were gifted and talented, y'all.
Yeah, I've seen that where it's like they didn't know where to put kids that were smart enough to get that didn't learn like the other kids.
So yeah, that identification, that labeling and stuff. But anyway, like there is some truth to that though. I'm not going to dismiss that. Like
if I think of a truly gifted and talented 7th grader,
guess what? We all just learn uniquely.
they're building rockets. They're Elon Musk. You know, that's gifted.
They're. I mean, I hear you, but
you know what I mean? Like if we're just going to say you're gifted and talented, you're doing things that nobody else can do.
like there is a whole there is like a whole part of education that is like we have to identify gifted and talented, but it is very diverse in like what you can be gifted in, what you can be talented in. So the point of the meme was just like we do a lot to challenge those kids academically, but where are we also picking up the pieces social emotionally too? And we weren't, and we don't.
I was just good at bullshitting. Still am.
Yeah, I mean that has a skill. So to label that like gifted and talented, or was that just a solid skill for you? And so it just comes down to like how we identify and offer and label. But when you have a system of education where everything is based on like, here is the factory model. Oh, you don't fit in the factory model, or we can't fit you in there. Where we're going to put you.
Yeah.
And so that could go
one of two ways.
Yeah, that's about
Gifted
it.
and talented, special ed.
Yeah. And so we call that exceptional learning. So but that meme is going around of just like, so it's like, oh, none of us have this unique experience at all. Like, what are we all doing?
Yeah.
But I feel that. I get that. I think that's what I keep trying to impress upon Charlie. Like the thing I didn't know, and there's no way I can tell her this, but like,
She probably listen to this anyway.
You are in a place in your life where you are feeling something that feels very unique. And that's how this works, right? You go through these teenage years developmentally. It's like, this is my personal experience. And generally I don't know that anybody understands it. And
Everybody
which I think
understands
kids today are a lot better at like sharing those things of like their personal experiences than we ever were. But I told her like the thing that shocked me the most was like growing up and all these people that like I felt like I didn't fit in with, or I didn't understand me, or I didn't understand them. Turns out we were all going through
same stuff,
same problems, or our own shit that, you know. But when we got to school, when we got in public, we put on that face of everything's fine, everything's normal.
Everything is happy.
Yeah. Turns out it's not. But
yeah,
I think it's really hard to, but I think social media is good in terms of being able to like
be that outlet,
that there are no unique experiences. We are combined, but also sometimes that can get like really weird because now we're like over identifying and some like, I'm like, do I have ADHD based on TikTok? I think I do.
Yeah, it's weird. Before we go, I think I got to prep everybody for what's about to happen, because as of this recording, it's February 25th and it's leap year. So there's 4 more days left, and then it becomes Abby's birthday month.
Oh, we're acknowledging it now? We're going to acknowledge the whole month? Because yesterday you just really weren't on board with that.
Listen, I can change.
It is birthday
month. It's when in our personal conversations, like I've been dealing with birthday month for the last 25 years. So it's,
as you should.
But, you know, so how I deal with it and how I want the, you know, the throng of fans that listen to this to deal with it.
Okay.
I just want to give you some love and think about Abby. She gets on this 43rd year of her life.
Oh, man. That's wild.
It sucks.
I am not 43.
I've beat a dead horse on how I am not really into adulting, or I don't feel like I'm I'm 43, about to be 44, with a bunch of big, like major adult decisions to make, but you're thriving.
Turns out you can just ignore them.
That's been my go-to.
Ask us for details how.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a plausible deniability on aging.
Yeah. Doesn't work at you're waking up in the middle of the night. Things go downhill, man.
I'm not to that point. I have woke up every night this week at 3:32.
It's the witching hour, man.
But
it's your liver.
It's just to pee.
Something to do with your liver.
I just pee and go back to bed.
Oh, I can't get back to bed if I do that.
One night I got made a popsicle and went back to bed.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing about you.
Popsicles?
Eating popsicles in bed.
We've been married. There'll be 21 years this year. We've had our share of ups and downs, highs and lows. But the fact that you can accept the joy that popsicles and hospital ice bring to me is just, it's unbelievable that you just can't let me be happy.
The fact that you...
Am I supposed to go hide in a corner and enjoy?
I can't handle it. Once I hear it, I can't unhear it. And now,
like it was,
now
guys,
that my favorite
if you
part
hear about
is
me being murdered,
you look at me.
You internet sleuths. I'm dropping breadcrumbs here. Look for a big gulp or some popsicle wrappers around my body. If that's it, Abby's the culprit.
You will chomp the ice and then look over at me like, oh shit. We now have AirPods. To help, like, I have loop earplugs, I have AirPods.
And what was the drama yesterday when I walked in?
It wasn't drama.
Abby couldn't find her AirPods.
I misplaced them for a few minutes. It's like if you give a mouse a cookie. So I misplaced them. I start digging in the couch for them. Someone sitting at this table right now said he was going to clean the couch out for me. So I let that go.
I need a hazmat suit for that.
I let that go. I pushed the couch. Well, let me tell you what you need the hazmat for. Push the couch. We bought this lovely sectional. I love it because all awesome. 4 of us can fit on it. It's wonderful. And when we got out, I go, oh, it sits so low to the ground. Like not a lot of things can like get under there. That's how gross we are. Like as a family, like when you think about like what can
turns out life finds a way.
nature finds a way. I feel like it's Jurassic Park. I moved that couch. I don't know when we moved it last. It's clearly been since Christmas because I've had a whole bag of, did you say Ghirardelli chocolate
Chockies.
peppermint bark that I think Gary gave me for Christmas that somehow fell under, back, I don't know. A Chromebook.
A whole ass computer.
A harmonica. Didn't find my AirPods. Like I had to do 3 swipes of the dustpan. 3 to get all the crumbs and junk, and I had to mop. I don't even know what the hell that was that I mopped up, but I mopped something up. It was filthy. And Gary came into like the end of that and he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I started looking for my AirPods." And then I cleaned under the couch. Gary's going to clean out the couch today.
Today?
Yeah, of course you are. You can do it.
TBD.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He's getting impatient. He's lost interest. It's time to wrap it up. I can tell.
This is the point where most people like hang out for an hour with us.
Oh,
We go longer.
that's what she said.
Oh. Side note, I'll leave you with this. I've been in some meetings here lately with some important people, and I can't help but make jokes. And I've found the crowd that does not find me funny.
I want to be best friends with them.
To the point where they just, I'll say it and they just ignore me. And so, like, I was in, so me and my partner at work, we're in this meeting. And we get to the truck. I was like, "Did you hear me say that?" He's like, "Yeah, ain't nobody laughing at that, dude." He's like, "I thought it was funny." I was like, "Yeah, but like, come on, throw me something, because I'm gonna keep trying."
I would elicit so much joy from watching you experience this.
I'm
this
telling
humbling, this lack of attention. This is marvelous.
It was pissing me off. Because I know they heard me.
They don't even, you're not funny sometimes. Sometimes you're just straight up offensive.
I'll tell you what I said.
No.
I'm not going to say it.
Okay, please don't.
I don't want to give away who I was talking to.
Okay.
Rhymes with
Stop.
hoe riding.
Stop. Why do you...
It wasn't Joe
Why
Biden.
are you the way that you are?
I just my upbringing, I guess. You play a major role in my development as a human.
Who?
You.
Why?
Because you're the constant that's been in my life for the most.
I have worked my ass off to no avail. Like, I'm getting nowhere.
There's still time, hopefully.
I think if I'm trying so
Like,
hard.
hypnotize me in my sleep.
Yes, that's what. Yes.
Whisper affirmations in my ear as I'm asleep.
Quit being an asshole. Be nice.
But yeah, circling back,
up after yourself.
next week is the beginning of Abby's birthday month. So
Yes. Happy birthday to me.
say a little prayer for her.
Do you have any celebrations planned?
I told you what we're going to do. Although the birthday weekend will be spent at mock trial state championship.
Woo woo.
So
I am unaware of what you said we were going to do. So I look forward
imagine
to
that.
hearing these plans.
imagine.
Did you put it in the calendar?
No, I just told you we were going to go shopping for clothes.
Oh,
We were going to make a day of it because you need new clothes. That's all I hear.
that's not all you hear. So
It's
shut
what
your face hole.
I hear daily, pretty much.
I just want new leggings. That's it.
We're going to buy some new leggings,
I already bought some at Goodwill yesterday.
some
I'm solid.
lingerie.
No, I don't need lingerie.
Okay. All right, then.
All right, then.
Well, we did 2 in February. Let's aim for 3 in March.
All right.
Yeah, how we record one tomorrow.
They don't know when we recorded. We could record it.
I did,
whenever.
but I broke the fourth wall and told them what day it was we were recording this.
Oh, my gosh.
And it's in the morning. What if we just woke up and did like 15 minutes every day, like a little morning show? shop that around, see if there's anybody interested.
We'll
in
add it to
listening
your
that.
morning routine of you reading and making muffins. Let me
I'll
put
read a
that on the
passage out of
schedule.
whatever book I'm reading. Go over a recipe.
Yeah, it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Thanks you guys for listening. I love you.
I love you.
Until next time, happy early birthday. Goodbye.
Bye.